Hello, racing fans. This is Brian Brandes, member of Team Brandes. We got some handicapping analysis for today's races at Delaware racetracks. We will be focusing today on races 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. These are 5 races, all major stakes races, which means that they're big races. You're going to be getting a lot of experienced, high quality horses with a lot of data points to look at, which is good, which is what we like, because my preference when I'm looking at horses and doing handicapping is to look for proven winners at the race distance that we're looking at. So that's my criteria. If you're looking at maidens or other relative newbies or scrubby horse races, it's hard. It's all hard to get that data. But for these races, we got a lot of data to look at, and math and data is how I like to gamble, not on feels and horoscopes. If you like astrology, go somewhere else. If you want to talk data, keep watching. So we're going to go straight into race 5 over here. Let's just bring up the PPs really quick for race 5. You can see that it is a 6 furlong race, so relatively quick, short race over here. Oops, race distance. This is wrong. 6 furlongs. So, yeah, no, in this race, the big favorite over here is Bucarero or Bucharino, however you want to say it, the number 6 horse. It's a favorite for a reason. If we look at the PPs over here, we go over to the 6 horse. It has run a lot at the 6 furlong distance, and it has won a lot. Lots of finishes over here, so it is a proven winner over there. The price at 8-5 is horrible. You'll be lucky if you even get money when race time comes around. So for that reason, I don't really like it. Another thing to look at this race is another 2-1 horse, Full Moon Madness. I have no idea why the morning line is placing this horse at 2-1 over here, which is good if you're betting another horse because that's money in your pocket. But it has not won races at this distance really at all. 4th, 7th, 3rd, 2nd. Like, it's not looking great. Sure, it had one win snuck in there, but I would just throw the 4th right out. However, if we're looking for a good high-value EV play, what I do think is actually a good horse to look at is the number 7 horse, Counter Spy over here. It's actually running a bit shorter distance than it has, but its speed numbers at a longer distance are great. So if it's going to be 10-1, I think this is a great value horse to challenge the number 6. For 10 times the value, I think this horse is a much better value than the favorite, number 6. So going back to my selections over here, I think the number 7 is the best value on the board. The number 6 favorite clearly looks like a strong horse. I think it's going to be between the 6 and the 7. I think the rest of the horses you can kind of count out. So I think your best bet's going to be placing the number 7 horse, winner place. If you feel like placing an exact and exotic, you can do that. But if you're getting 10-1, 5-1 on a place bet about, that's good enough for me for any bet. So I would just bet the 7 if it was my personal preference. All right, and we can kind of look at over here. So here's just a quick recap throughout the number 4 horse doesn't really perform that well. The long shot or the favorite is really strong, so you can bet him if you want, but I feel like your best value over here is going to be the 7 horse. Its past performance is just really strong. And, just to recap, this is what I wanted. So now we're moving on to race 6 over here. Race 6 is another race where I think a really well-priced horse, the favorite actually this time around, number 5, I think, Gunsong, running out. I don't know why they have so much on him. The 1 horse is like the most consistent running at this, but I really think the 7 horse, Foxy Jr. over here, is the horse to beat. Another horse for decent value would be the 3 horse, but I like the 7 best in this horse. So let's go over why. So Gunsong, the favorite again, I don't know what they're seeing in him. How do you see the last 4 races of 6th, 3rd, 2nd, and think good? It's not even at the race distance that we really want. So this is a mile and 16th race. He's only been running a mile and hasn't been winning. So he's gonna go further and faster. I don't know what people are smoking on Gunsmoke. Foxy Jr. on the other hand, you know, it's been running only shorter races, but it does have some winners at a mile and 16th. It ran with good speed figures over here, and it's run larger distance fairly consistently. I don't know why its last race was like only 6 furlongs, what they were thinking putting him in a shorter race after he's been running a lot of long races, but I think Foxy Jr. at a 5-1 price is looking very strong this race. And then yeah, I didn't even look at the 3 numbers. So let's go just look at the 3 horse really quick because I did mention him in the overview. So if we go scroll down into Amore, yeah, what did I think about this horse? Yeah, this one finished first in a mile and an eighth, which is a even further distance. I don't mind a horse coming down to a shorter distance as much as I am fearful of a horse moving up to a longer distance. So I think with a win at a longer distance at this distance, number 3 is looking okay. Going back to my recommended bets again. I didn't have my recommended bets over here, but just going back to the race overview, I would just bet the 7 horse to win over here. 7 horse win, 7 horse place. I think if you're getting 5-1 still on the odds, that's great. I would take that all day. 5-1 is great EV. So yeah, if you want to do some exotic 7-3, sure, that's good. But just have the money line favorite run out and a place bet will pay great. So that would be my recommendation. If we look at race 7, I'm just going to throw out this race. We can look at the PPs really quick, but I'll talk about it real quick before we do. The race is just unpredictable. Like, no horse really has experience running this distance. So let's go look at the PPs really quick. So this is a really long race. It's a 1.5 miles. So this is a long race, and none of the horses have run a 1.5 miles before. Like Masterpiece has, but didn't do well. Like a horse from Chile, I don't really like foreign horses coming in here. They need to have a proven track record. There aren't too many horses with like proven winning experience at this distance in this race. So like, to me, there just isn't enough data points. Sure, this 8 horses run a lot of 1.5 mile races over here or further, but it's done terrible. So like, I don't like any of these horses. None of them have the experience I want in this race. So just going back to this, throw this race out. I don't care. If you really need to complete your pick 5, it's a crapshoot. I wouldn't bet that sucker bet. All right, let's go look at race 8 over here. This is another 1.16 miles. And I think this is another race where you can throw out the morning line favorite over here. I think let's go look at what the number 3 looks like. Again, this is a favorite that I don't know why they're betting it. Look at these finishes, 4th and a 6th. Like, it's not great times. Like, where is it a proven winner at this distance? It only has 1 race. Like, I don't think Admiral Dennis, the 3 horse over here, is priced correctly. So that's great for you. That means that there's a great value bet. So who do I think is the best bet? I like the 6 horse. I like Kentucky Outlaw over here. It hasn't run a 1.16 miles, which I don't love. I don't love it. It doesn't have that data point, but it's run over a mile. What, I don't know what you even call this, 1.70 miles. There's probably some terminology for it that I don't know. But yeah, it's won. Yeah, it had 1 anomaly race at a 1.1 miles, but it's had some good speed numbers in all the races. It's relatively distance proven. I think for a 6-1 price, I would go for this horse in the race 8. And then let's go look at race 9. This is this one is kind of like, I'm not going to shit on the favorite. I think Margie's Intention, the 4 horse, looks the best for a good reason. So let's just go look at the 4 horse really quick. Going over to the numbers. Please hold as I scroll. Thank you, folks. So yeah, Margie's horse, first, second, first. It's been doing great at this speed. Has really good speed numbers. So yeah, it's been running further, like around this distance, 1.1 miles, around a mile. So 1.16 miles should be a perfectly acceptable distance for this horse. So I like it. But 5-2 is okay price. Like if it stays at 5-2, I would bet it to win. But that's like kind of like the cusp. If it got knocked down to 2-1 or lower, I would absolutely not want to have a win bet. That's just a little too scary. If you're looking at another horse that I think might be competitive in this race, I would look at the 7-horse Fondly. This horse has run a mile and an eighth, and it actually in mile 16th, and it won at that distance. So like its last race out, it finished 11th, but the 2 races before that, it won, and it won at a mile and 16th, and it had a really good time. A 142 clip is faster than Paris Lily or the favorite ran their mile and 16th runs were about there. So I feel like the speed figures on Fondly are kind of underselling him a little bit. So I think Fondly might be able to sneak in there and is a little bit better on paper than he wants than what the odds are giving him at the moment. But I don't think this race is nearly as good as value if I'm looking at a 5-2 and a 7-2 horse compared to the previous races where you're getting 6-1 and 7-1. Those are much better EV or expected value to me. So, I would go back just reviewing this race. I think the 4 horse to win, bet the favorite, kind of a boring bet, but I kind of like it. You could also, box the 7 in there or bet the 7 to place in there fondly, and I think that'd be a good choices. So, this has been Brian with Team Brandy's. Hope you all have best of luck at the races today, and I hope you found this helpful. Best of luck and happy wagering.